Hi, I'm at the City Seed Farmers Market in New Haven, Connecticut, where you can get everything from fruits and vegetables to flowers, meats, dairy products, artisan soaps, baked goods, and even granola. And I am a huge fan of granola. I've actually been making my own granola for many years, and I love to try new granolas that come out on the market. And recently I discovered a new granola called Nate's Naturals. That is a company that was started by Nathan and Joanna Price here in New Haven. So a few weeks ago I got to try Nate's granola and talk with Nate himself about their company and their granola, and I was immediately struck by his enthusiasm and his pride for his company. So I wanted you to meet Nate and Joanna today so that you could hear their story and learn more about their granola. Hi Nate and Joe, how are you doing today?
We're good.
Good, great. Thank you very much for talking with me today. And so you launched your company Nate's Naturals back in March of 2008.
That's right.
And I noticed on your website that one of the things you say is we're learning to make a business out of something we love to do. And I really was very impressed by that statement because I think we're ultimately the most successful in the things that we love to do.
It is sort of surprising that we ended up making a company based around granola. My professional background is in engineering and information technology. But as I started thinking about starting a company, I thought, you know, what do I do really well? And it occurred to me that what I do really well is make granola. Because the granola that we're now selling is Granola Rex, I'd been making in one form or another for almost 20 years. And it had progressed from just for me and my family to giving to friends and family at the holidays to selling at a holiday church fair to raise money for our congregation, and developed some pretty devoted followers. So in a sense, when I started thinking about making a company, we'd already kind of done our pre-marketing, determined that our granola was pretty good and that people were enthusiastic about buying it. And so that was when I started talking with Joanna about making a company based around granola. And Joanna,
I don't know how you initially brought it up.
I don't remember that either, but I just, I said, well, I want to do this, and and I came up with a name, and Joanna said, well, okay, but we're only going to do this if I'm going to be a full participant. And I said, well, thank goodness, because I need some adult supervision. So we'd also talked with people from City Seed, with Jennifer and with Elise Cusano. They were very enthusiastic and supportive about the idea. They were really excited about having a local company starting from scratch and selling granola in the farmers markets here.
Why don't you show us some of your varieties of granola?
Okay. Well, I'm happy to. So Granola Rex is our original variety, and I named this years ago. At one point I said to myself, this stuff rules, and so I said, okay, this is Granola Rex, the king of granolas. It's very straightforward, but has a remarkably complicated flavor, and it's been probably still probably our best seller overall. I think the next one that we developed might have been the Crunchy Yankee, because I've had a kind of a hankering to do something with maple syrup. And I should say that one of the things I've encountered in making granola is that although we want to use as many local ingredients as possible, obviously there are limitations to that. There are no almond trees in Connecticut. There are no fields of grain waving to the north of us. But we use local ingredients wherever we can, so we found an excellent wildflower honey made by our friends Hannon Honey in Southbury. When I looked for maple syrup for the Crunchy Yankee, I needed to look no further than about 4 stalls down at the farmers market to Sugar Maple Farms. These guys make excellent maple syrup. We've been buying our maple syrup from them, so that's one of the key ingredients to our maple walnut cranberry granola. This is a big seller, and it's a major ingredient in Atticus Cafe's yogurt parfaits.
Yeah.
Buying it by the tub for quite a while now. We have a good relationship with those guys.
And that's my favorite, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I love
my
that.
mom's favorite too.
Yeah, I love the maple flavor.
Yeah.
I'm really partial to that.
But the neat thing about both the maple syrup and the honey is that these are also people who have full-time jobs who are doing this out of a love of doing it. So it's really neat to meet other people. are also sort of going above and beyond just because they love local foods, they love doing what they're doing, and they'll do it even though it doesn't pay the bills.
That's true. The other one of the things that was really appealing about granola for us was becoming a part of the whole sort of local food and whole food scene from the supplier side, because we've loved coming to the farmers markets and I thought it was a really neat scene. So it's very exciting to actually be on the other side of the table and to meet, to develop relationships with all of the vendors and get to know people and get to know their stories.
Yeah.
It's very cool and it's a whole different environment than we were in a year ago, and it's been very exciting.
And it's kind of creating a synergy with the local community, I think, with the people here when you're, helping each other out and getting to know them.
Yeah, and of course, when we started the business, we thought about, selling granola and making some money, and of course, it's turned out to be much more about relationships, with other vendors and with customers, and you get to know, it's very satisfying when people come to your table and sort of go rub their hands together in anticipation, and they're like, ooh, what will I get today? And granola makes people happy in ways that software does not. Nobody has ever said, like, dude, this program of yours, this is like the best program I've ever had. Like, I need to get some more of your software. But people say that about granola.
Yeah. So I think your company then is going to grow, if I may use this term, organically.
I used that unapologetically a while ago, so you can say it too.
Okay.
Well, and it's hopeful one day we will be organic as well.
Fully organic, that's right.
Because that's something we're not right now because we're so small, it's hard to pay for the ingredients. But as we get larger, we're going to move in that direction.
Yeah.
Because one of our goals from the beginning was to make granola that was reasonably priced. We didn't want to come into the market and say, well, we're a small company and our costs are really high, so we have to charge a ton of money for our granola. Our goal was to keep the costs to our customers low and work on reducing our costs behind the scenes, and rather than squeezing the customer.
Right, and you make it more accessible for the customer by doing that. So
yeah, well,
you ended up selling more. Yeah. And you have a new intern too that you recently brought on. So we want to introduce Ellen.
Our summer intern is Ellen Ray. And Ellen, you are a Yale undergraduate.
I just finished my junior year at Yale and started working here because I heard about the job through the Yale Sustainable Food Project, where I also work. And having been involved with Yale's farm and kind of wanted to see what it was like to sell at markets and work with like a local food business.
Yep. And getting to try the granola is definitely a perk as well, no?
It's really wonderful. The tasting is an important part of the granola baking process.
And how do you like the actual baking of granola? Are you doing some of the baking as well? Or?
Yeah, I do the baking on Monday nights with Nate and Joe, and it smells so good. You never get sick of how it smells.
That's great. Great. It's really nice to meet you. So Nate and Joanna, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me today, and Ellen as well. I'm so impressed too with your commitment, your devotion, your pride, and your involvement with the community in the way that you're growing this company, and I wish you all the best with it. I am a huge fan of your granola, and you'll be seeing me more in the future.
Great, well, we look forward to seeing more of you too.
Great, thank you very much.
And I suppose I should mention that for anyone who wants to learn more about us, we do have a website, www.natesnaturals.com, where you can find all kinds of stuff about granola and all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with granola. So I recommend people come and take a visit and see what they can find.
And if they want to find out where they can get your granolas besides City C Farmers Market, they can find out there as well?
Yep, and they can also contact us if they'd like to buy some online. We'll have online purchasing available soon, and right now people can just email us and we'll ship it to them with an invoice.
Yeah. Great. So come down to the City Seed Farmers Market to meet Nate and Joe and to try their granola. And I think you'll fall in love with it just like I did. And also I think you'll see that it's made with a lot more ingredients than just oats and nuts, but with things like pride, joy, and especially a lot of love. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.